So, the last time I was in Australia to watch the British and Irish Lions was 2013. And what a time I had watching those games. Very, very enjoyable. And ironically, I was walking out of the game at Melbourne. I think there were 60,000 supporters. And as I was walking out, alongside me was somebody that I recognised. The last time I'd seen that person was 1984 at Bradford University. So massive shout out for Mike Brown. Mike, it was great to see you that day, and it's always good to catch up with you. And actually, the last time we were together in Bradford, I was so proud of the way you took on that local youth down in that pint of beer. So well done, Mike. Enjoy the rugby, and hope I see you in Australia for the British and Irish Lions of 2025. As you know, I started to do selections for my squad, my 23. So here I go with my 23 player prediction. So we head down to Australia, summer of 2025. And as I said, my 23, kept choosing them since September. So let's start with where I'm up to now. And we'll start with the starting 15, but we'll go in reverse order, starting at fullback. I've been pretty consistent on my fullback. That's Mike Haley from Munster Rugby. I've vacillated on the wings, starting with Ruaidh McConaughey and Tom O'Flaherty, but moving eventually in November to Darcy Graham and Duhan van der Merwe. You can see that we now have Haley, Graham and Duhan van der Merwe. They're my predictions. And here's some more predictions for you. Just take a look. Well, let's take a look now at the midfield and scrum half and fly half and see where my selections are taking me. So the predictor started with Tom Whiteley, Marcus Smith, Sam James and Gary Ringrose. At times I've added Alex Lozowski and Ollie Lawrence. But where I am now is Thomas Williams, Finn Smith, Bundy Aki and Gary Ringrose. Yes, that's my selection for the British and Irish Lions. If you want to hear more predictions, I'll be with you in 1 second. And of course, the forwards. Let's have a look what the scrum would look like. So in the front row, I started with Joe Marler, and he went and retired. I went with try-scoring machine Johnny Matthews at hooker and Tad Furlong as my tight head prop. Over time, I pretty much stuck to that other than Big Joe's retirement, and I replaced him with Andrew Porter. Seemed a very wise move, and I think Porter in the Six Nations has demonstrated real strength. So as of February, my prediction is Andrew Porter, Johnny Matthews, and now at tight head, Will Stewart, and that's purely because Tad Furlong hasn't really been able to contribute to the Six Nations. In the powerhouse, I've always had Maro Itoje, and I moved towards Tad Byrne as my 2 second rows, Ben and Tom Curry, Sam Underhill, and Wainwright started at number 8, but I replaced him with Irish skipper Caelan Doris. But now as we get to February 2025, did you notice on the last side it was 2024? I've gone with Maro Itoje, Tad Byrne, Jack Conan, Ben Curry and Caelan Doris as my 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Really been impressed by Ben Curry. Don't think the TV pundits give him the credit he's worthy of. which is disappointing. And I thought Conan's display last weekend was really strong. And of course, then it's on to the replacements. So who's on the bench and who was previously on the bench? What are my changes? Let's take a look. Well, I've gone with Jamie George. Andrew Porter moved off the bench, so Shoeman came in. My bolter has always been James Harper of Sale, but you'll notice I've changed as he's not been playing for Sale even. In the powerhouse, I've looked at David Jenkins, George Martin, and my decision for 2025 February is I'm going with Dan Sheehan as my replacement hooker, Schumann, Ted Furlong, Ollie Chesham, and Aaron Wainwright. I believe that bench will add real muscle. For the backs, I've gone with 3 backs, and Jamison Gibson-Park at scrum half is worthy, as is Finn Russell at number 10. And my utility back was George Furbank, but obviously that's been more difficult to continue that prediction. So as we move into our February 2025 prediction, I'm sticking with Jamison Gibson-Park, Finn Russell. But after 2 really incredible performances off the bench for England, I've added Elliot Daly as my utility back instead of George Furbank. So that's how it looks. That's my February 2025 prediction. I hope you've enjoyed that. There'll be more about the British and Irish Lions in the coming weeks. Keep an eye out for me on Substack. It's where I do my writing. I really find that incredibly helpful for mindfulness, and these videos really allow me to share my passion for rugby and hopefully encourage people to get down to their local rugby clubs and watch live rugby union. Thank you for your time, and if you've got any comments, please leave them. And you are the people that make the difference. You're the people that I hope find this enjoyable and useful. Thanks now.